We are back for part 3 of the Cricut Design Space tour. In part 1, we went over the home page and the left-hand panel of the canvas, which is where all the resources are located. And in part 2, we talked about the top panel, which has all your general editing tools. Now, I will link to both of those videos if you have not seen them. Those will be helpful if you're a true beginner with the Cricut. But let's talk about the right side panel today, as well as the new Create sticker feature that Cricut just added. So at the top right, we have Save, where you can save your own projects. Then the machine icon to select what machine you're creating for. You can see here that Create Sticker is not available for the Cricut Joy. It's just not compatible with print and cut projects. But then we also have My Stuff, which is where all your saved projects are located, as well as any bookmarked projects you added. And here you can also create collections. Here on the right, left-hand side, if you want to separate different types of projects and things like that, just so you can have everything organized. And there's a tab for images that you've bookmarked or uploaded. All right, so getting back to the layers panel over on the right, where this is where you'll see all the pieces and parts of your design. And the first button under layers is group, which is only available if you have more than one item on the canvas, and you can group them to make them one unit and move them around together. And yes, you can always ungroup. Next, we have duplicate, and that's just to make multiples of the same item, so you can like design something, size it up, and then just duplicate to get multiples. And then we have delete next to that. And once again, you can find these features just by selecting an item on the canvas and right-clicking to bring up this menu. Now let's talk about Color Sync, which is the tab right next to the layers. And I've added an image that has multiple colors, but let's say I want to cut this from vinyl and only want to use 2 colors. So we're just going to click on one of the colors in this panel. Just click on a color that you don't want. I'm going to take away this coral color and then just click and drag it up to the color that you want to change it to. And you'll see this little black line pop up, which is in that color panel. And this just makes it easier to simplify the design and customize it to fit whatever materials you have on hand. Then you'll see when you hit Make It, we only have a few mats to cut versus if we just clicked Make It as it was, and there would be a mat listed for every single color. Now we can even consolidate these by clicking Move Object on the top left, because Design Space isn't really great about fitting as much as it can onto each mat. So just move it onto the same color mat and adjust it so everything cuts perfectly. In part 4, we'll talk about the tools at the very bottom right, but right above those is this blank canvas button. And what this does is give you the option to change the color of the canvas, so in the background. And this can help you see how your design will look on different colors, so you could visualize the final product. So let's say we want to put this fish design on a yellow bottle. Just click on that blank canvas and it will open a color option on the top panel. And from here, you can pick a color from those options or get really specific by clicking on Advanced. And then to take it a step further, just click on the little box where the X and Y axis meet to get rid of the grid lines on the canvas. And this will give you a nice plain background to work with. So we'll talk about those final tools in part 4, but if this was helpful, give this video a like and leave a comment if you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next one.